We're going to go live. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time, Jax.
I'm going to eat my protein bar directly into the mic.
Eating a protein bar on live, just crunch, 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 crunch. I'll bet they don't know that you're a really loud eater. Oh, shit, we're on live. They know
really
now.
Not, but I just got from the gym, so I have to have my protein.
I know, and I'm so proud. My wife just got a nice workout in. How's everybody doing today? We're back. We're back in full effect. I love you guys. Who out there is a loud eater? Jax, am I a loud eater? I'm fast as F, boy. I'll tell you that. I picked that up in prison. Got to get it all in before somebody stabs somebody and you got to go back to your cell, huh?
Sometimes you were a very loud eater, but I don't mind. You never bother me.
I'm aggressive. I got to get that food up in me so I can make nice poops later. All right. I took that a step too far, which is kind of on brand for me. That's kind of my signature. It's like what I do. I love you guys. How's everybody doing? We're going to be talking today because, you know, I think that this is really relevant. We did a live about it last night, but we seem to be every day getting some more information that seems to be inching us towards, ostensibly, observationally, it's inching us towards a war of some sort. Now, I would like to point out that in my personal opinion, I believe that we have been fighting a proxy war for a while now, a couple different proxy wars for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's been going on as far as supplying everything to Ukraine? It's been depleting Russia. Russia is not the formidable enemy that it was before we started sending all of our old, out-of-date equipment over to the Ukraine. And they've been using it against Russia. It's funny how our out-of-date shit is more lit than like other countries like cutting art, you know, just out shit. We're sending it to them and we're like, yeah, bro, this is past expiration date. But, you know, it's still enough to do mad damage in other places to other people. The shit that we don't know about, guys, I promise you, the United States military with our budget and the way that we warmonger, man, we are the best warmongers of all time. So, you know, we've definitely been doing that with them. I feel like as far as getting rid of the Houthis and Hamas and all of these other terrorist groups that hate our country, I feel like we've been supplying Israel with a lot of stuff. So I feel like we've been kind of sort of fighting wars. You know what I'm saying? It's like when your enemy on the prison yard is wiling out, and so you go to your friend who's a friend because he's the enemy of your enemy, and you're like, hey, man, you want this big old bone crusher and this lock in a sock? And they're like, yeah. And so it's like you're getting it done without getting your hands dirty. But here's my thing. I don't want to see a single pair of American boots land on the ground for any of these wars, man. I don't want a single drop of American blood spilled over in some fucking sand pit over these wars for rich people. I don't like what happened the last time that we did it, and it was 20 years that we were stuck there. I don't want to see any of our guys coming back without arms and legs. I don't want to see any of our guys coming back with PTSD. So we're going to get into this. We're going to take a look at it, but I just want to make my position clear that I don't want to see a single American touch down and have to go into combat like that. Robert Williams said, I eat kitty like the Tasmanian devil. Slurp and burp, JD. Get them done. Probably my favorite meal on the face of the planet is my wife. Also, my beard oil. Very effective. Keeps it nice and conditioned. Jamie Bice, thank you so much. Huge love.
Sorry, kids.
Yeah, they're not here right now. The Texas Trash Panda, what's up, family? Great to see you. People don't realize that Israel is one of our oldest allies in the Middle East. Israel is basically the U.S. of the desert. And they are one of the more democratic countries over there. So I'm going to get out my handy-dandy headphone Roonies because we are actually going to be checking out some of the new news. We're getting into the new, if you know what I'm saying. Robert Williams said, what does sumo wrestling and Diddy have in common? They both clap oily man cheeks for the party. Oh, damn, man. Yeah, oiled up sumo wrestlers it's a daunting thought, brother. It's a daunting thought. Let's jump in here real quick and see what we've got going on new in the news. Timothy Brock said, as a veteran who served under both Obama and Trump, I trust Trump to stay out until we can't. If we do, it will be done fast and hard as possible using air superiority. My sister is in Israel too. So first off, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. That is the way that I would like to see it done. If we have to get involved, let's get it done. Let's get it done quick. Let's get it done without touching boots on the damn ground, man. If we have to get in, let's get in and get out, not get invested. I don't want to see him throwing up a Burger King out in some desert because they're posting up a bunch of our kids out there. Fuck that, bro. I agree with exactly what you said. Tom Doby Mower Repair. What's up, man? JD in the building. Yo, you in the building, man. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for the support. Love you, brother.
Welcome to Meet the Press Now. I'm Kristen Welker in Washington, where the White House has just issued a new timeline for President Trump's decision on possible U.S. military strikes on Iran's nuclear program, as Israel and Iran plunge deeper into armed conflict. After teasing the possibility of imminent action yesterday, the president delivered a statement to reporters today through his White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. Take a listen.
Now, look, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I think Caroline Leavitt is hilarious at times. I think that Caroline Leavitt, like, I just watched a thing about them asking her about Jasmine Crockett, who says some wild stuff. And they're like, so Jasmine Crockett just said that everybody on your side is mentally ill. She's a rising star in the Democratic Party. What would be your response to that? And she's like, well, she certainly does seem to be a rising star over there, and it's a sight to behold. And that's like the corporate way of saying that person is an absolute nut job, but saying it classy. It's like when a Southern person says, bless your heart. And I loved that.
It's like when I tell someone, go off, sis.
Yeah, I like it when you tell dudes go off, sis.
That's so much fun.
Snibber said, hey, I came back without a foot, and it was almost worth it. World War III will probably be more drone playing, Xbox styler. Hey, thank you for your sacrifice, bro. Big love and respect to you. Robin said, honestly, we have zero control over this. God's will be done, but I pray for our men and women are protected. Love you and Jax always. We don't have control, but I like to stay educated, and I like to talk about it with you guys, man. I personally, if it was up to me, nobody would be evil monsters that have to be reined in. But I've been to prison. I've looked evil in the eye. I've met creatures in human skin that I believe were absolutely fucking evil. And I know that they exist. And I know that there are countries out there who are completely enveloped with them. And I know that we've also done some pretty evil shit. Let's be honest about who we are in this country. Those of us that are Americans, we've done some evil shit, and we've made some pretty serious enemies. So I just want to say, I wish that we could stop war. It always ends up with innocents dying. It always ends up having collateral damage. I am not with the business of war because it always benefits the few and it costs the many. But I like to stay educated about what's going on. EHEF, did I pronounce that right? Attacking Iran over what if about to is stupid. By that logic, we should go at China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and many other countries for what they could do with AI drone. Well, AI drones and nuclear weapons are two drastically different things, my friend. I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you on that. A country that's been chanting death to America for 20 years, getting nuclear capabilities is not something I'm willing to play with personally. I disagree with your logic there, my friend, respectfully. Notice how I disagree and I stay respectful and the person is still my friend because we used to have that ability in the world. And I want to bring that back. Let's make it cool again to agree to disagree, be respectful, and show each other love and kindness. Backwoods Templar, no war, especially if you're sending our young troops into battle and telling them they're too young for a cold one, a pack of smokes, but you're old enough to go to battle. And I agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%, man. Kid can't even go to a titty club, see some jugs, drink a beer legally, but you want to send them out there to some godforsaken desert to fucking die for oil prices. I don't like it, bro. Junior Vasquez, what's up, man? JD, I was a Marine ordnance in early 90s with a secret clearance. I can tell you that back then we could place a missile in a bathroom as a person is dropping a deuce. By the way, 31 years clean. Junior, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. And thank you so much for coming and letting us celebrate that 31 years clean with you, bro. Trev said World War III before GTA is crazy. My guy, can we all just chill and take a breath, touch some grass, eat some ass, empty the chamber of our testicles, and have a couple O's so that we can just make it to GTA 6? I don't want the world to end before GTA 6. Jax.
I don't have testicles. Don't leave me out.
I said O's. We'll throw them up there. Let's hear what Carolyn Evan has to say about what Donald Trump said about what's going on here, because ultimately this decision lies with him.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today.
Now, I love that he's still talking about negotiating, even though he's moved a lot of our ships into place. They've got the bombers that they need in place. He set up everything he needs for the checkmate, but he's still down to past the wire. He gave them 60 days to negotiate. They didn't come to the table, and he's still talking about, let's negotiate. My G, we got you. You are surrounded. Come out with your hands up. But what he's saying now is not, hey, let's just negotiate. What he's saying now is the negotiation is a full surrender. The negotiation is you cut the bullshit out. So, I feel like he's backed them into a corner, and who knows what Iran's going to do, because Iran is definitely a very volatile situation there, volatile people to be messing with. But I think they're getting pretty depleted at this point. I'm seeing everyone, Sarah, Andrew, a bunch of people saying, don't touch our boats. For my money, when my buddy Austin starts screaming, don't touch our boats, I love that. Mandatory Fun Day is one of my brothers. I love him, man.
Levitt also said correspondence between the U.S. and Iran has continued, even as she insists that the government believes Iran has never been closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon. But sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News that the U.S. intelligence assessment on Iran's nuclear program has not changed since Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard testified back in March that Tehran had not made a decision to rush towards building a bomb. The president has publicly clashed with Gabbard over that assessment, and senior administration officials now tell NBC News Gabbard appears to have fallen out of favor with the president. Meanwhile, the fighting on the ground continues to escalate, with Israel targeting an Iranian nuclear reactor overnight and Iran striking near a hospital complex in southern Israel early this morning. NBC.
See, that sucks, bro. It sucks to know that there were a bunch of people in a hospital getting help, and it's been on both sides. Like the casualties have been crazy on both sides. It sucks. I hate it, but this has to get wrapped up. Now the whole thing with Tulsi, I'm a big, I like Tulsi Gabbard. I'm not a supporter of any politician, but as far as politicians go, I like Tulsi. Now she was saying back in March that they're about 3 years out. So I don't know why the news keeps speculating, specifically on one side. The news keeps speculating that because of something that Tulsi Gabbard said back in March, that now her and President Trump are beefing. Tulsi was a Democrat until very recently, and Trump put her on his cabinet. Same with RFK. I remember when J.D. Vance used to say, I'm a never Trump guy. They even made a remix of it. They put it to an EDM beat. I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. And Trump doesn't seem like the type of guy who's like a big grudge guy. I remember one time he said they were talking to him and Elon Musk, and he was like, yeah, Elon sued me once. And they asked Trump if he held a grudge. He's like, if I held a grudge against everybody who's ever sued me, I wouldn't have any friends. I don't know that he's really a grudge guy, and this might just be one side of the media trying to play this. I don't know that I buy that. Mike Zero Source. Can we just send Wes Watson to the Middle East? Wes is a self-proclaimed badass. Wes should have this covered. I estimate if you sent Wes Watson over there, he'd have the whole Middle East hooped up into his asshole and ready to go into a maximum security prison within 30 minutes, my G. You know what I'm saying? He'd have all of that. Nothing would be safe. Their paperwork, their tanks, their camels, their goats, men, women, and children all up Wes's hoop and ready to go into that maximum security prison in 30 minutes. Jonathan H. It's not a what-if scenario. Iran is 100% trying to develop a nuke. If we use some of our MOPs, the MOPs that we discussed yesterday, and do nothing more, I'd be fine with that. And that was what I was saying yesterday. I don't think there's a scenario in which Iran doesn't want to get their hands on nukes. Like, they want to kill America. They want to kill Israel. I don't see a scenario in which they're not gunning for it, because they're heavy with the materials over there that they need to make them, and they're power hungry. You know what I'm saying? I 100% agree with you. And if we did just take out that facility that they have clocked as an underground facility where they're developing nuclear weapons, and we didn't put a single boot on the ground, I'd be cool with it. Now, you have to think about the ramifications. Is China going to jump in? China been dead ass quiet. Russia's already said, yeah, we're not fucking with them no more. Russia has 100% said, yeah, we're not fucking with them. Vladimir Putin did call Trump and offer to negotiate. And Trump said, Vlad, I think you got your own war to worry about, Vlad. So I guess he wasn't really trying to get him in the mix with that. But North Korea has said that they would jump to their aid. And North Korea does have nuclear capabilities. Nothing like we have, but they do have it. Martinez, cool girl, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sister. Big love to you. Dennis S., the last time the world saw the U.S. in full war mode was World War II. It didn't go well for the funny mustache man or the Japanese. We brought the sun, bro. We brought the sun. And I hope that's the last time in world history that a nuclear bomb is ever used. I hope that we never, ever have to use a nuclear weapon in world history ever again. And Tulsi Gabbard was actually just on the news releasing a video of her talking about this, saying that we're edging towards nuclear war and how disastrous that would be because how much they've advanced with the nuclear weapons, and we would lose millions all at the same time. Newton Meters. I trust President Trump. I don't care if we all agree. We are still on the same team, and America first is my priority. Thanks for listening. I don't trust any politician, but I don't think he's a warmonger. I don't think that he sees it making sense to go to war. I just don't see him wanting that. He's been very resolute that he doesn't want that. I think he'll stand on business if he needs to stand on business, but I don't think that he's one of these people that's hungry for war and he's going to get a bunch of kickbacks from, oil companies and, defense companies to take us to war. So Irish Bomb Squad said Pakistan has over 140 nuclear weapons, according to Google. According to Google. Holy shit. Hey, homeboy, it's good to see you, man. Love you, brother. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know who retracted that super, but thank you so much. I love you. Butch, so the MOP and the mother of all bombs are different things. The MOP won't reach deep enough. It definitely has more capacity, that bomb, but it won't reach deep enough to get the facility that they're trying to get. The MOP actually it's designed to penetrate hard rock and still go down hundreds of feet.
News has confirmed that hospital is within a mile of an Israeli military intelligence compound that was operational as recently as last month. Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke to reporters while surveying the hospital damage, calling the government in Iran a criminal regime while praising the action the U.S. has already taken to defend Israel.
President Trump will do what's best for America. I trust his judgment. He's a tremendous friend, a tremendous world leader, a tremendous friend of Israel and the Jewish people. And we will do what we have to do, and we are doing it.
Now, I know that Israel is one of our longest standing allies. I don't trust Netanyahu. He gives me vibes, bro. Maybe it's the ears. I don't know. He just gives me vibes, bro. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that doesn't just on an instinctual, like, intuition level, doesn't trust Netanyahu? Doomslayer, thank you. Panda Mike, send the diddlers to the front lines. Bro, just canonize them, bro. Just shoot them out of cannons. Just weaponize chomos, bro. Mike Zero Source, we have a nuclear weapon. That weapon is Wes Watson. He could go from gangster to gay in under a second. Iran should be scared. Oh, man. Don't send him over there, bro. We don't want the war crimes. Colt Craig, thank you. Christy Hughes, thanks for being a voice I'm not ready to use yet. Love you, sis. Love you, and I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you're here with us. Newton Meters, BB is so far left, he thinks MAO was a right-winger. Yeah. BB is my man, and he's amazing. Okay, so he looks like Nosferatu from the old movies. Ears, be honest, it was the nose. It's the ears for me, my guy. I have a weird and big nose, bro. I don't mind that. I can smell what's going on. He's a warmonger. I do 100% believe that he's a warmonger. And that's probably what it is. James Relko, thank you for encapsulating what I think it is that I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate that. That is, I think, what my problem with him is. Debbie Childers, Debbie Childers, thank you. Right in the super, right up front. You helped me pronounce your name. Thank you so much, sis. Love what you are doing and proud of the man you have become. I'm a mom and love you too, Jax. You guys are the best. We love you, sis. Thank you so much. Timothy Brock, weaponized chomos. Whoa, that's got to be merch. Ooh, dude. That's a great idea. Jax, remind me to make a weaponized chomos shirt. We'll just shoot them out of a cannon. They're going to love this at the new lab where we're cooking up the new stuff that I'm going to be announcing tomorrow because it's going to be dropping tomorrow.
I just added it to the list.
Yes. Jonathan H. Mother of all bombs is air bursts. It detonates 6 feet above the surface. MOP penetrates. Would it not let you say penetrates? I bet it wouldn't let you say penetrates. That's probably why you put that asterisk there. 200 feet of reinforced concrete and then detonates. Exactly, Jonathan. And that's why they need that bomb. And they need us to drop that bomb because we can't hand them over the bombers that we need to drop it. Because it sounded good at first, the idea of let's sell it to them and let them do it so that we keep our hands clean. But we don't want to give away that technology. Sean Z, just send JD's nipples to Iran. Bro, these are weapons, bro. Weaponized nipsters, bro. Joel Hoover, quick history question for you. What's the longest unbroken treaty the U.S. has? I don't know, brother. Please educate me. I love it when people educate me. Please educate me on that.
Bear Gibson is here.
Bear!
I've been wondering where you've been and worried and thinking about you. I'm so happy to see you here. We love you so much and we're so proud of you.
Bro, Bear, it was literally like 1 a.m. a couple nights ago, and me and Jax were hoping you were okay. And we were like, we haven't seen Bear Gibson in a while. Let's put him in our prayers. We're so glad to see you. We love you, brother. Frankie C., it would be stupid to fight America right now because Chuck Norris is still alive. Yeah, my guy. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
We are committed to destroying the nuclear threat, the threat of a nuclear
Silence
annihilation
your
against
phone.
Israel.
NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley is in Tel Aviv and filed this report.
It looked as though we had a days-long reprieve from the Iranians here in Tel Aviv, but this morning shattered all of that. There was another direct impact on a hospital, this time in the southern part of the country, in the city of Beersheba. This injured about 24 people, perhaps more, but none of them were particularly serious.
That's good news. So there were 2 hospital bombings. They're bombing hospitals, specifically targeting hospitals, but there weren't any serious injuries at this one. Ronald Jarvis, wood chippers in overdrive. Dakota Reed, doubt that you'll remember me from my past comments, and that's perfectly okay. You've helped me so much with my recovery. Thank you for all that you do, brother. Like you say, be good or be good at it. Dakota, I am so proud of you, and I am so proud of your recovery. And I'm so glad that we get to be a part of this journey with each other, man. I love you, bro. Colt Craig, can we send the people protesting for Iran to Iran along with the other members of The View? Here's the thing is that a lot of them are part of a certain community that if they go over there, they're going to just kill them, which is wild to me. You've got, you've got gays for Gaza, queers for Palestine. They'll kill you if you go there. You've got the new movement is gays for Iran. They will kill you if you go over. It is a serious felony offense. That it's capital punishment, bro. If you get caught doing sodomy in Iran, they stone you to death. Where is Butt Knuckles? I haven't seen Butt Knuckles in like a few days. Butt Knuckles was here a few days ago, though. I promise. Butt Knuckles is probably just doing his thing, man. I think Butt Knuckles is straight. We love Butt Knuckles around here. Joe Hedrick, Israel has been saying Iran is only months away from nukes since 2005. The same people that set up the pager bomb plan couldn't plan a way to destroy the facility in 20 years, and now they need our bomb. I think that's a fair and valid point, my guy. Like that, bro, that pager bombing was so insane. I was talking to Jax about that last night because she wasn't up on all that. Good to see you, Corrupt. Big salute. But for those of you who don't know, when they were going after Hamas, was it Hamas or the Houthis? It was one or the other. So they were communicating through pagers, and Israel found out, intercepted a transport of pagers that they were going to use and distribute amongst themselves and replace them with ones with bombs in them that they could send a signal to. So when they wanted to use them, they could blow them all up at once. But they've known about this facility for a while and haven't figured out a way to get it yet. It's a little bit crazy. It's sus. I'm going to agree with you. Snibber, someone asked 50 Cent to go beef with the Middle East. Handled in a week. My guy. You have to love his commitment. Tarina Bama. No more foreign wars, America first. And I feel that. Anthony Martinez. What is up? I love you. Thank you so much, bro. Big love, JD. Came in late again. I very much hope we don't go to war, especially over something we have nothing to do with. It would just be more loss of life on all ends, and I personally am not okay with it. But if you bring smoke towards the U.S., expect fire. And that's the thing is, here's my take on it, man. I don't want to see a single fucking American boot on the ground. If we have to drop some MOPs to take out that facility so that a country that's been screaming death to America for 50 years now doesn't have a nuke, I understand. But I would prefer to see us not get involved with anybody else's shit, not playing world police, and taking care of our own people. We have all of our own problems over here that we need to deal with. We need to just break up with the bullshit and focus on ourselves, maybe do some therapy, some yoga, drink some matchas, maybe some kombucha. You know what I'm saying?
Self-care and a hot girl summer.
Yes. Let's get that going on. Hey, thank you so much for that support, Anthony. I love you, bro. Unconcerned gamer. Hot take, but personally, I'd advise against messing with that country that was willing to bitch slap another with the sun twice for touching their boats. in a time when most batteries weighed 100 pounds. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. Kimberly, still vape free, sis. Hell yeah. Jonathan H., exactly. Israel doesn't have heavy bombers. In fact, only 3 countries operate heavy bombers: the U.S., Russia, and China. We have 3 kinds: the B-52, the B-2, and the B-1. I love how informed and how knowledgeable you are about this, brother. You are an absolute treasure trove of awesome information. Thank you for coming and educating all of us. Tracy Binion, hi, JD. Thanks for all you do. Love you, sis. Thank you so much. Clint York, big love to you. Joel Hoover, Morocco. They were in the first country in the world to recognize U.S. independence, and we have been friendly with them ever since. That is dope. I learned something today, and that's my favorite thing, is when I get to learn something new. Thank you so much, Joel, for educating us. I don't know who retracted that message, but I'm going to drop you a heart. Love you. Sorry I didn't get there. I don't know why you retracted it, but just so you know, love you, fam. So we've checked this out. It kind of gets redundant. I actually want to jump over to another video. You guys know that I kind of like oh boy Asmongold. I think his takes are pretty based a lot of the time. And we're going to jump over to an Asmond video and check out what he's saying about all of this, because we're Americans and we do what we want. Painkiller, what's up, family? Love you. The only problem with taking care of us first is, when will we start? Oh man, that's big facts. I've been hearing that most of my life. I'm over 50 years old, and I've easily been hearing the same message for roughly 25 years plus. I get it, man. I absolutely get it. I 100% agree with you. It's been time. It's way past time. We need to do that. Did I do something wrong? I did something dumb. Imagine that, me doing something dumb while trying to read comments. That's actually not unbelievable at all. At all. That's the one we wanted to go to. And is it up? It looks up. And we like it. Okay. And real quick, a whole bunch of numbers. Pardon my username. Finally able to reach out. As an investigator for CPS, your work has brought so many smiles and moments of solace when wanting to quit. Keep up and never stop fighting. I love this. This feeds my soul. This keeps me going. To hear you reach out, thank you so much for that. That is the type of comment that refills my cup. I love you, and I love the work that you do. Thank you so much. You have no idea what a treasure that was for me. I appreciate you.
That's such a difficult job. You're so underappreciated, but just know that we appreciate you here.
Thank you for the work you do to keep kids safe. Chad McVeigh said sometimes you have to be the police and safeguard the people you need to help. I mean, there's truth to that. Mike Zero Source. Bud, you would get along greatly with the 199. It's Geeks and Gamers. You should collaborate with Gary from Nerdrotic. I would have to check that out, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Arzang, JD, roar for me. Roar for the USA. Sorry, Jax. He told me to do it. He told me to do it. I had to do it. My friend said to do it.
Trump has maybe we're gonna get involved. I mean, I do think that this entire situation, if he does this wrong, he's going to pretty much lose the majority of his support, or not the majority of his support, but he will lose a lot of support, and he'll lose a lot of influence. China will go over it if USA gets involved. I think China. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Define wrong outcome. Wrong outcome is, I mean, if they don't get what they want, basically, right? If they get pushed into a war, if we have troops deployed, like I think that if for whatever reason troops get deployed into Iran.
So Infrared Jet said Iran is going to kick our ass. Bro, put it down, dog. This shit's bad for you, homie. Put it down. I promise you, it's better over here on the other side. Stop smoking that funny shit, dog. Stop. I don't even know what else to. Is it crack that you smoke? Iran is not going to fuck up the U.S., bro. That's crazy. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Come on, man. I mean, if you're recreationally using and you've got it under control, but it sounds like you've done way too much, bro. I love you, but stop, man. Come on.
I think this will create a massive divide. It will be very, very, very bad if that happens. There'll be blowback. Yeah, and it makes sense that there would be blowback for that too, right? I mean, it definitely does. You could easily see why. You know, hard enough and Iran crumbles its win. If it's not effective enough, they roll out the hypersonics. They've been hiding. Things are going to get messy. Ground war. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, this is what he's talking about.
Fox News alert. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that President Trump privately has approved an attack plan for Iran, but has not yet given the final order.
So the word on the pound is that he has approved the attack plan, but that he's giving it 2 weeks. And at any point in this 2 weeks, he could press the button. He's got it on deck. And this is something that, like Trump, I've noticed from watching Trump, he likes to threaten. He likes to bully a little bit before he goes into a negotiation. We saw what he did with the tariffs. He bullied a little bit. He gives you the worst case scenario. It's kind of like when you're getting charges from the state or the feds and they tell you we're going to charge you with this, and this. Then they come back to you with a plea bargain and they're like, we'll drop all that other shit except this one charge, which was really all they wanted in the first place. They scare you into it. Junior said, have you seen the video of the Free Palestine Americans in Egypt? Yes. Yes, my dude. They got kicked out and they screamed they were American and they couldn't be treated like that in Egypt. And in fact, they said, why can't we just enter the country illegally and protest here? We can in America. And the dude looked at him and laughed, bro. We can do it in America. I don't think people realize how good we have it over here and how insane some of our policies have gotten as far as the things that we're dealing with. Like, it's real sweet over here, homie. Don't go over to other countries and expect it to be that sweet. Thank you for reminding me of that, Junior. Yeah, that shit made my day, bro. Mike Zero Source, Gary from Nerdrotic has a similar history as you. Please do me a favor and look into him. I will, man. Does he just go by Nerdrotic on here? Is that how I find him on YouTube? Jonathan H. Fun fact about the B-52 Stratofortress, aka Buff, big, ugly, fat fucker. I love that our military has names for shit like this. Ah! The big, ugly, fat fucker. It entered service in 1955 and will remain in service until the 2050s because it's a beast, bro. Alexander C. JD and Jax are a glint of hope that love exists. Man, I got to tell you, the love over here is crazy, man. It's crazy. Bleach Drinker. Yo. Bleach Drinker, we love you. Thank you so much. JD, big fan, but you need to understand logistics and capabilities and reasons why they don't like America. They have been supporting Zionists and letting Gaza getting completely leveled. Israel used a hospital as bases, and without U.S. help, it's over. Look, I completely understand why people hate us, bro. I completely understand why people hate us. I completely understand that America does out-of-pocket shit. I 100% do. I don't like our government. I don't trust our government. That's why when people tell me that I'm a this person supporter or a that person supporter or I'm in this party or that party, I'm always like, you're fucking high, my guy. I don't trust or like any of them. I don't think we've had a politician who has sincerely been 100% about the people probably ever in this country, because it's within people, especially once people get a taste of power, people have a thirst for that shit. But I still, for the betterment of my country, I don't want to see shit go sideways. You know what I'm saying? Panda Mike, you continue to expand. By the way, sorry, I'm going to jump right back. Bleach Drinker, I love you and I appreciate you. And 100%, I don't disagree with you. my dude. I don't disagree with you. Panda Mike, you continue to inspire me. People like you remind me that no matter how hard life is, there's always a way out. I felt hopeless for a long time, but you guys give hope. Yo, I love that so much, Panda Mike. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That is another one of those comments that like feeds my soul and keeps me moving. It keeps me going, bro. Like it means more than you could possibly know. Mike Zero Source, this would be epic. Ask your chat if they think you should link up with Gary from Nerdrotic. Do y'all think I should link up with Gary from Nerdrotic? Let's see it in the chat. Debbie Childers. I remember. I'm from Oregon too. Sisters in Bend. Yo, we love going to Sisters in Bend. That's my favorite place in Oregon. I didn't want to move back to Oregon, but my favorite place in Oregon is Sisters in Bend. But we moved here with a very specific intent to take care of my family out here. Dominar! I don't make jokes. I just watch the government and report facts. Will Rogers. Hell yeah, brother. Big fact there. Big fact.
Will the U.S. get involved? Should we get involved? And what would it look like? David Burke, retired Lieutenant Colonel, is a Top Gun instructor and Marine Corps officer. David, great to see you. Colonel, you have some experience here. Although we've never dropped this 30,000-pound bomb, what could it do?
Wait, so they never even used it?
Yeah, this would be the first drop in combat, but we are
What if it doesn't work?
They've tested it, by the way. It would be the first drop in combat, but they have tested it. Jonathan H., you'll love this fun fact then. You know those metal Jerry gas cans? Well, they don't call the spout a spout. They call it a donkey dick. Hell yeah. Bro, our military's lit as fuck, bro. I love our military. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you.
Familiar, a lot of testing with this bomb. This is a massive weapon designed to penetrate deep underground, hardened targets, well-protected targets like the one you're discussing, and take them out.
So you say it's probably, even though we have some options, if you could take a look at this full screen, we're going to use the B-2, and we're going to have, is it going to be one 30,000 bomb per fighter jet?
Each B-2 can carry two. It wouldn't surprise me if you had a single drop from an aircraft, but it can carry two.
I think you were telling me yesterday that the first one penetrates down, and the second one will go into the hole.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a likely scenario. Having multiple bombs is probably going to be required for this situation. Absolutely right.
So a lot of people were saying that this bunker, this underground facility is deeper than one of these bombs can penetrate. So that's their strategy. Drop the first one, clear some of it, then drop the second one, which makes a lot of sense. That clears that up for me. Painkiller said power equals abuse 90% of the time. Well, here's the thing. Any power that you give to any government, they are going to use and abuse to the fullest extent that they are allowed. And they're going to keep pushing until they're never going to give that power up. No government ever just willingly gives a power up. It literally takes a violent upheaval from the people to get a power back from the government that they've been granted. So that's why it's super important that we're careful and that we keep our checks and balances in this country. Everybody's like, the other side is evil. The other side is evil. We need multiple sides to keep whatever side you agree with in balance. Otherwise, it's going to go really poorly. It really will. Hunter, that's also why we have three branches of government, man. Hunter Lesher said, hey, this is my first time I've been able to catch a live. Hunter, welcome. Anybody, it's your first time to a live, welcome. We love having you. The lives are my favorite because we just get to vibe, man. We get to yap and vibe and kick it. I've been saying the same stuff, though, about the U.S. possibly going into a civil war. I would be really, really fucking sick if we had a civil war. I do not want to see a civil war. I know somebody spammed the fuck out of that comment, but that comment was funny, bro. That comment was funny. Thank you for taking care of it, Dr. Dre, but that shit was funny. Scroats McGoats, don't ask what we call a vehicular power cable. What do we call a vehicular power cable? I wasn't supposed to ask that. I did it anyway. Dominar, we have the best government that money can buy. Mark Twain said that? That's crazy, bro. Hell yeah. That's crazy. Mike Zero Source, your chat agrees with me, bud. You'll have to link up with Gary from Nerdrotic. This would be an epic stream. And I believe somebody said that he was just on unsub. So I could probably easily get a hold of him just by hitting up those guys, which makes that a shoe-in because I talk to those dudes on a regular basis. Roman Wolf Gaming. JD, I have a concern with pred catchers asking for donations and things just to travel and things for preds and YouTube fame. What do you think? I'm going to be really honest with you here. I think that it depends on what they actually do as far as what their end game is. If they're putting predators in prison, if they're getting them off the streets where they can't hurt any more kids, I would back them. I would support them. If they're going out and dressing in clown costumes or Santa costumes and shit like that and slapping the shit out of them, like, I just want to see kids be safe, man. Like, the bottom line for me is I don't want any kid to go through what I went through when I was 6 fucking years old, my guy. I don't want to go see any other kid have to live with that and deal with that. So if they're doing the work the right way, I support them. If they're doing it for bad reasons, like internet fame, but they're still throwing up numbers and getting motherfuckers in prison for 20 years, I still support it. If they're doing it just to get off and get some clicks and views, and then they're letting them go back into the streets where they're just going to hurt more kids, because I believe that these people are compulsive. I don't think you could slap it out of them, because I know that we've beat the ever-loving dog shit out of chomos in prison, and they still come back on some more chomo shit, bro. I don't think you can rehabilitate them, and I don't think you could scare it out of them. And I don't think that castration is enough either when it comes to child predators, because I don't think it's entirely about sex. I think that there's a lot of it that has to do with control. So they're going to use whatever they have, whatever they can. So, you know, it really, I would use my intuition and feel the person out before I supported them. Ephraim, what's up? I'm a Jewish American. I love America. I love Israel. I respect your position on different topics. You always seem to have a common sense approach. Israel will do what it needs to keep Israel safe. Much love for me. Much love right back to you, my brother. Thank you so much. I am for the people. And like, yes, I'm 100% about American citizens, but I'm about people that are innocent, civilians, citizens, good people all over the planet. I don't want to see nobody get fucked up, bro. I mean, I want to see pedophiles get fucked up, but they're not people. You know what I'm saying? And I love you, Ephraim. 100%. From this Irish dude straight to you. Jonathan H., slave cable. That's what they call it. That's lit. That's lit. Doom Levitra. It said Latvia. Okay, Latvia. It's the home of Dr. Doom. One of my favorite things from service. We used JP8 in portable stoves. It's a type of jet fuel. You use jet fuel in portable stoves. It's fucking savage, dude. It's fucking savage. Yes. Turd Ferguson. Good to see you, Turd. What's up? My dude, you are being brought up on the Nuxanor channel. Woodchipper Clan is hardcore on there. That's what's up, man. I love Nux. I love Nux. I don't know how you work out a collab between a VTuber and a dude who just screams it at a camera, but I'd love to collab with Nux. In fact, I hit up, y'all remember Nick Shirley? We've seen some of his work when we did some reactions to his Alcatraz tour and the riot in LA and New York. I hit up Nick Shirley today and he hit me back, and we're looking at things in ways that make sense for us to collab. I love working with other people who are doing great work, man. I really do. Junior said, let me know if you and Jax would like to attend an Indy 500 sometime as our guest. Bro, that's so cool. That would be rad, man. Thank you so much. Jonathan H., I'm not a vet, by the way, just a nerd. Hey, the best type of nerd, bro. Your facts are fucking fire. Matt Slayton said something that I say often to Jax. Thank you for your cervix. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a poem. Panda Mike, will you ever do pew pew content with Brandon Herrera if legally possible? If I get my Second Amendment rights back, I absolutely will be doing pew pew content. Right now, I cannot touch any of that stuff. And I am a law-abiding citizen. As long as I don't have Second Amendment rights, I will not be owning, possessing, touching guns or munitions. I will keep my hands away from it. I've already got one felony charge for it on my record because back when I wasn't a law-abiding citizen, I loved gun control laws. I wanted to be the only motherfucker out there with a gun. But as long as I have that legal restriction, I will be respecting it because I respect my freedom. But I know that Brandon is one of those people who is helping push to get nonviolent felons their Second Amendment rights back. And the second that happens, I would absolutely be making content with him. Tarina, Maps had an annual camp and it was next to an elementary school. I saw that. How foul, bro. The school reacted and said they were building fences to keep the creeps out. It's not enough. They need a whole line of wood chippers, a whole line, a defensive line. Let's make them a fence made entirely out of wood chippers, is my opinion. Numbers. I'm sorry. I'm not going to read out the numbers. I love you. I was wondering if you considered creating content showing pipelines, organizations, career routes for child care and safety. Most groups keep tight lips for obvious reasons. You'd be an amazing gateway. We need help. I haven't really considered that. I would have to look into it and talk to some of the people that I work with and see what they think about the idea. But I would want to go in fully educated about the situation. But I love that you see that I could be an amazing gateway, and I'm down to help if it makes sense and it's safe for everyone involved. Michelle Lee Eckstein, what is up, fam? How are you? Hi, JD, Jax, and the rest of the family. I hope we continue our support of Israel. Have a great evening. Big love to you, sis. Dominar said, JD, take it to the next level. How long till we can become patrons? Everyone in the chat say patrons if you wish to be one. You want me to make the Patreon? I keep getting asked to make the Patreon so we can go completely uncensored. And I think it's a great idea. My main thing was I didn't want to start one when I thought I might be going away for a month, a year, like even a couple of weeks, because if I'm doing a Patreon, I want anybody who's paying for a subscription to a Patreon, I want them to get daily value out of it. And if I had people subscribe and then I went away, I would feel like I was doing you a disservice and like I was being dishonest. And I couldn't talk about what was happening until I actually got through it because I know people would try to undermine my case in court. But now I think is the time. I think we have to do it, man. Unconcerned Gamer, please pray for me. I'm fighting a porn addiction. You got this, and you will be in our prayers, homie. Porn addiction is real. It's a real life thing. You can get addicted to literally anything that hits the limbic center in the brain. That's where things like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin are released. Literally, and pornography is one of those things that hits the limbic center, and it releases those chemicals into your brain. So it is a very real thing. Understand that. Give yourself grace, and I know that you got this. Turd Ferguson. Also, my friend, can I call you my friend? Of course you can call me your friend, bro. You should try with Bic Angel and Brad Palumbo, Ty Riviera as well. Who's Brad Palumbo? Who's Bic Angel? I don't know who these people are. I need to educate myself about this. I thought that I was chronically online, but apparently not nearly enough. Love you, Turd. Roman Wolf Gaming. JD, would you rather get tased for a month or pepper sprayed for 1 week straight if you had to choose a punishment? Fuck, man. Fuck. I feel like I would take the spray, bro, to be honest with you. Jonathan H. JD on Pepper Box. I need that in my life. Well, we might have some of that coming up at some point. I am fairly well entangled with my homies over there at the Unsub Pod. Jensen, What is the law on owning a black powder gun? They aren't considered firearms, can buy them online and ship them. You need to check your local state laws, because I can tell you this right now, in Oregon, it's 100% illegal. I haven't checked all of the states, but I know that in the state that I live in, even black powder guns are illegal. So you have to check your state and local laws. Make sure that you're doing that before you let any information you get online get you a charge. It's very important. Connor Kearney, hey JD, man. Your guy from Ireland here. What's up, homie? Just wanted to ask if you've heard of this dude, former PhD student, Zihan Zhao Huhard RD. Is that the dude that just got busted in the UK and he was like the UK's biggest nonce or biggest sex offender? I'm not sure if he was particularly a nonce or if he had adult victims. I believe, is that who you're talking about? Country girl, I cannot own a crossbow in Oregon. Again, there are certain states that have laws that would allow that, but not Oregon. Oregon considers it a firearm because of the trigger. I can own a compound bow for hunting, and a lot of my felon friends here in the state of Oregon get compound bows, and they go out and Irish Bomb Squad just said it. One of the homeboys is an avid bow hunter. A lot of my friends that are felons, they go out and they get compound bows and they go deer hunting, which I think is a very sporting way to go about it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot more skill. Panda Mike, would you fight in World War III if asked? It depends. It depends on who we're going to fight, what the context of it is. I will fight to defend my country. I will fight. If somebody is infringing upon the U.S., I will 1,000% be bowdy about that life. Jonathan H., what about air guns? They make air guns for deer. So air guns I can own. And in fact, I was just talking with my friend. If you watch the live stream from the protest the other day, he actually has a rifle that's a semi-automatic that's an air gun that is just disgusting, bro. It's like an M4 and it's sick, bro. It's absolutely sick. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be buying one. I think air guns are great. And in fact, I got my mom one recently. Well, my dad got my mom one, and I was showing her how to use it because they're completely legal for felons in Oregon.
Right, you got it.
So, okay, so let's advance. Oh, okay. I can advance myself. I did not know that. You think it's going to hit on an angle, but yet it's going to glide. You said that this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be the World War II, open up the hatch and it falls to the ground. Describe how it's going to penetrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a smart weapon. It has a GPS antenna in the nose. It has a really good guidance system to get exactly where it wants to be. And this is a massive bomb, Brian. It's 30,000 pounds. Now, not a lot of explosive, but a lot of weapon itself to penetrate into the ground. And that first bomb is going to hit the target, dig deep into the ground, and then detonate.
Colonel, so take a look at this. This, I imagine, is an animation of the bomb going deep. This would be the first one in that scenario. Would the second one know exactly how to get into the hole the first one leaves behind?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough problem. The way you're describing it is exactly right. It's a very difficult scenario, but that, as you're describing it, is exactly what the intent would be, is put that second bomb right through the hole of the first penetration, get deeper into that target, and do even more damage with the second weapon.
So they're double stuffing a hole. None of this sounds erotic at all. Mike Zero Source, Gary from Nerdrotic did time too. He's strongly pro-American. Just give him a chance. Chat, please help me to get this epic collaboration. I'm super interested, bro. You've got me sold on the idea. I love it. Turd Ferguson said Buck Angel is a trans man that fights for children. I love that. I know Brad. I follow Brad. Actually, Brad and I are mutuals on TikTok. Me and Brad have actually been, it took me a second for it to sink in. Me and Brad have been mutuals on TikTok for a while. I really like his content. And Ty Riviera is the same. Yeah, I could easily hit up Brad because me and Brad are both, we already are mutuals on TikTok. Maria Antoinetta said, is your mom a felon? She is not, but I was concerned that she would be easy. I think it would be easier for her to use an air gun than to actually use her actual firearm. My mom has a concealed carry. Everyone out here besides me is completely legal. And I'm not, so that's why I don't touch nothing and I don't have access to anything. I follow state and federal laws to a T. James Rio, what's up, bro? Hey, JD, glad you survived the protest. Lol, I saw the live streams. Was born and raised in Oregon, been in Florida for 10-ish years. Love your content and message. Man, James, moving from Oregon to Florida is some serious culture shock. Then moving back after 10 years in Florida, back to Oregon, after the BLM riots, after COVID, seeing what happened to it has been so sad, my guy. It's been so sad seeing all of it. Panda Mike, have you ever fantasized about making your own bunker? Every day, bro. Every day I fantasize about making my own bunker, especially having land, bro. I would love that. That would be cool as shit. I would have a fucking PS6 down there. I'd be down there playing fucking GTA 7. It would be lit, bro. It'd be a futuristic bunker. Let's check out a little bit more of this.
So, Colonel, what you said is it'll penetrate about 200 feet. So it goes about 200 feet, but there's about 300 feet of concrete it's got to get through, let alone what the mountain challenges have. So the first one gets through. What's the second one look like?
The second one looks very similar in terms of the glide path. And the way you're describing it, this is what we call weaponeering. This is the professionals thinking about how deep is this target? How deep does the bomb have to go? How many weapons does it need? What's the angle? All those things you're describing is exactly right. This is the problem that they're addressing. And that second bomb, in a perfect world, goes right through the initial hole that the first bomb created and penetrates even deeper into the target to do the damage that's needed.
So where's it coming from? I understand they're not going to be deployed in theater. It's probably going to be coming from the U.S. Wouldn't work for us to tell us exactly where, but one would go get refueled midair. They're probably that situation's in place right now. How many fighter jets? How many B-2s you think we'll need?
Just 2, right? Probably.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if you had multiple B-2s. The great thing about that aircraft, this is a remarkable machine. I think the longest B-2 flight is something like 44 hours. So our ability to launch from the United States, if we choose to, or a forward deployed base, getting to the target and back is absolutely in the wheelhouse of the capability of this aircraft. And I would expect to see multiple aircraft on this mission.
That's crazy. So what we're literally hearing here is more than likely, I mean, they're not going to come out and just say it, but this is more than likely the plan that they have in place, because Trump has already said that they've approved the plan if they need to take this bunker out. If they need to take this facility out, they already have the plan to do it. They're just waiting for him to give a final order, but he has given them another chance to come with a full surrender. That's what he's put on the table. Come with a full surrender. Now, I'm sure that there's probably a little bit of wiggle room with that. You know, Trump always makes bigger asks to meet somewhere in the middle. That's how you negotiate. We've seen it happen over and over again with the way that he dealt with the tariffs and other things. So we'll see what happens with this. Turd says CCL is the only way. Stay strapped or get clapped. Facts, bro. Connor said, I also wanted to ask if you heard mattress actress Bonnie Blue might be a man. I saw that and I saw those pictures. And these days, my thing is that you cannot believe anything that you see anymore because of AI. And I think we've clearly illustrated that. I think that the new meme is AI videos, like those Bigfoot AI videos that I've been putting out. I love those shits, by the way. A lot of the AI that I've been seeing is, I don't know if people are prompting it to be this way, but a lot of it is really edging towards being racist. Is AI racist? I mean, it's comedic gold, but is AI racist? I'm just wondering, bro, because I've been seeing a lot of that shit, bro. It's weird. I really like the Bigfoot ones myself, but I'm a Bigfoot fan. Timothy Brock, GTA 7, you'd be approximately 176 years old. I would be super surprised if we got it within that timeline even, my man. And I just want you to know that I absolutely did look up and subscribe to Nerdrotic. So that's step one. Make sure that you're subscribed and you're tuned in. Butt Knuckles, we're just talking about you, my guy. What's up, G? How you doing? Removing Saddam was a mistake that destabilized Iraq. They kept Iraq in check. For the guys that are warmongering, I spent 3 years living in a war zone. It's all fun and games until you see hell. It truly is. I can't unsee it. And that, my guy, 100%. I don't know how long you've been in here, but I've stated multiple times, I do not want to see a single American boot touch ground. I do not want to see a single drop of American blood shed. If we have real intel saying that they are close to developing nuclear weapons, or they're attempting to develop nuclear weapons in this underground facility, I don't think that it's wise to let the country that has been chanting death to America for 50 years continue developing that. And if we're the only ones that can take out this specific bunker, this underground facility where they say it is, we have the technology and nobody else does, I understand if we have to do that. I don't want to see our troops there. Now, this does open us up because we do have bases in the Middle East that are within their reach, and I hate that. But, you know, who am I? I'm an asshole with a camera who gets on the internet and gives takes, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense to me not to let them get a nuke. Anybody who's been in the service, and thank you for your service, thank you for your sacrifice. I love you and I support you. I feel like you have a much wider base of knowledge in how these things work than I do. I'm just coming on here and saying what makes sense to me from a common sense standard, and what I see as liabilities and what I see as possibilities. But I appreciate your guys' opinions so much. And Butt Knuckles, I love you. We were talking about you earlier, so people were asking if we'd seen you in a couple days. Heather said, JD and Jack's been waiting forever. You're almost exactly my late fiance reincarnated. Also, I have 1 year clean today. Heather,
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Hell yeah, sis. We love you and we're so proud of you. And rest in peace to your fiance. Butt Knuckles, I hear you, brother. They got to go. I get it. I lost an uncle in Iran during the Islamic Revolution, so I have no love for them and their BS. And bro, like, I wish there was an easier way to get this done. You know, I wish that people could fucking come and talk and work this out like adults and be kind and loving human beings. But I think that the truth out there is that there are some people that are just evil. And there are some people who have a legitimate reason for hating America. Do I think they should get a chance to nuke America? Fuck no, bro. Fuck no. I understand that they have grievances that are real grievances, but I am 100% not with them getting the opportunity to fuck us up, bro. I just don't think we can do it. But, you know, then again, I'm just a dude who's on the internet. And I 100% respect and appreciate every single one of you guys' opinions. My opinion is not more valid than anybody else here's opinion. That's why we're a community. That's why when I'm wrong about something, when you guys educate me about something, I come and I make a correction video. And, you know, I do my best to always come researched. And if I do fuck up or new information comes, because there's always new information, there's ever evolving information. Sometimes we get misinformation. I always try to make it right with you guys. James said, I went to Seattle in December to do a meet the parents with the fiance. It was wild. I hadn't been to the Pacific Northwest in 12 years. A friend spent 24 locked up. Heart of gold, just dealt a shit hand. A+ person now. Thank you. Love you, James. Man, we'll be out there in Florida next week. I can't wait to get out there. I'll tell you that. All right, you guys. It is 1000% dinner time for me. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to be back at you real soon. Until the next one, one love to each and every one of you. Be good or be good at it, baby.